Papa. Ah.
Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest. Possibly keep the simuri. Tell me only for us, oh yeah. Come on, Jamani, to defend our unity, uphold our honor and glory. Possibly keep the simuri. Tell me only for us, oh yeah. Come on, Jamani.
Good evening, everybody. Good morning, good night, good whatever time I can say to you categorically that in London on the 18th of May 2020, it is evening, which is about 18 minutes past 10 o'clock London time. We're sorry for starting this very late. It was due to some few remnants that we have to do, administrative things that we have to do. Today, we have some few people on the show, but before then, the Rwanda genocide, also known as the genocide against the Tutsi, was a mass slaughter of Tutsi, Twa, and moderate Hutu in Rwanda, which took place between the 7th of April to the 15th of July 1994 during this Rwandan Civil War. Someone say it lasted 100 days. Is another genocide about to be played out in Africa? Is it going to happen like that? We don't know, but we want to examine it. There were some few things that happened during the build-up of the Rwanda genocide that is being repeated in some part of Africa as we speak. So I have some few teams here today. Guys, you might be surprised because there's a stranger in the house today. So please, I won't say take it easy with that, because if I say that, I mean you guys are gonna just go ahead and savage that, and I don't want that to be savage. For the first 1 hour or 1.5 hours until about 12 o'clock, there's no voting out. Maybe about quarter to 12, we will vote somebody out so that somebody can come in, which is our regular guy that give us the sad scores. We used to call it scores before, but we don't call it that kind of score. I think they call it smiling score or something before. So, but we change out all that nonsense now. It's not a good score. So we call it sad score now. Which Olayomi Koiki of Koiki Media will be bringing to you. And can I say something? Apart from these people today that messed up, Apple and Android, our app supposed to be working today. But unfortunately, there were some few policies they changed today, and that means we have to go back to the drawing board and make a little bit of tickling. You know how you tickle something? They are tickling to the app so that it can compile with their new requirement. But I promise you, it's something that is going to be good waiting for. Because, can I give you a sneak preview of it? You have radio, you have podcast, he has account. You can save a video in your own side of things, and then anytime you log back in, if you log in, you can actually pick what you've watched and what you have not watched. And if you see something going, you can actually put it in your own space, little space there, so that anytime you come there, you won't have to be looking for it again. Once again, thank you for joining me today. 57 people, that is still very small. I'm trying Hutu versus Tutsi. Oh, some people are full of history. Ade Omoluwabi Oduduwa. Good evening, everyone. Falayemi, good evening. Olaiwala Matthew, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining. Please do me a big favor. Today, there has to be a little bit of restriction. I'm going to be a little bit strict. So every time I get it wrong, I'm going to have to do that to myself. And every time you get it wrong, I'm going to do that to you too. So if I get it wrong, you have a right to do that to me. I'll just give you my hand like that. I say, give me at the back of my hand. We're going to have a very fantastic, Wale Walata mentioned you in the comment. Okay, I didn't see that. Oh, hello, Uncle Thomas. Who is Uncle? No, I'm not Uncle. I'm just a little boy like you, man. Come on. We're brothers, man. Uncle is an adult. When I show you my guest today, you will know who the uncles all the grandfather and great grandfather and grandmother in the house. They are here today. Thank you for saying that to me, Wale. I really appreciate you. Please share. Engineer Adebayo Adamalekun, thank you for joining. Oh, have you run away from my brother Simon already? Or you're gonna be doing two stuff today, shoveling from one angle to the other. Anyway, thank you. Adeboale Isaac. Good evening, everyone. Thank you. Tomorrow I have a. Was it? No, it's not tomorrow. It's gonna be on Thursday. On Friday. I have someone very, very dear to me. Someone that knows the Niger Delta very well. Coming on Friday. So get yourself prepared for it. Let's go for it. Let me show all these people I have here. I don't want to call them Yongi Baba, but they're actually Yongi Baba. This guy's here. But the lady there, she's not Yongi, she's actually a princess. Oh, God. I thought you guys are going to be showing love for that princess. Okay, maybe it's going to take some few minutes to come. Okay, let's show their face. Here they are. Wow, what do we have here? Who are in the house today? First of all, we're going to go to the lady among us. She said, don't come to me first. But unfortunately, I have to go to her because we have to baptize her with fire first. Yeah, we have to baptize her. Uncle Fatai, there's a feedback from your hand, so you need to go down on your volume a little bit. So, okay. I have my darling sister here, my auntie, my sister, my aunt. I'll call her aunt as well, so that you know she's not a small boy like me. And that's her there, waving her hand and saying hello to you. I want her to introduce herself because I don't want to call Ojo when it's Ojo, and I don't want to say Adelagba when it's Adelangba, or the other way around. So instead of doing that, but you guys know I won't say that because I'm very good Yoruba speaking boy. So, madam, could you introduce yourself to us, please? Why?
My name is let me start by saying good evening to everyone out there, and I appreciate everyone, and I want to appreciate my brother, Mr. Ade Thomas, for inviting me to this wonderful educative program. I appreciate you, and I say a big thank you to you. And I can see my boss there sitting down, Mr. Frambello, thank you. And Mr. Fatai, thank you as well. And the gentleman, I appreciate every one of you. Good evening to you all. My name is Erelu Abike Ade, the CEO of Crypto African TV and the CEO of Abike Ade Foundation and Abike Ade Communication. Thank you very much.
Wow, this woman get feather for couple. How many feather? So many feather for cap. So many feather for cap. Thank you for that. Yeah. Okay, let's go for the next one. These ones I can salvage them because there's a secret I'm about to reveal to your guy, and the guy doesn't know there's a secret coming out yet. So whose heart is pounding already when I talk about secret? The next person I'm going to show you as a secret and an explanation that we need to reveal. This gentleman, when we send him the code that we're gonna come in live, he has to go and bath quickly because he thinks they can smell some rat on the Okay, that's the face. But the good thing is that his face is not shining. I was thinking I will see a dead ball all over that place after that bath. Yeah. Now, Uncle, introduce yourself, sir.
Oh, hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Engineer Panuga. Uh, I am a public advocate, analyst of political issues within and international level.
Okay. You know what he said? He said his name is Engineer Panuga, but he didn't actually tell us his name. He tell us your qualification and your dad's name. So can you please add your name to it, please?
My
Am I
engineer
lying, guys? I'm not lying.
Engineer Olusegun Panuga.
That's what I want to hear. You know, in school, they say Shego are very stubborn. Someone said to me, I think it what's her name? This one is Susureti. She was listing some names you have to avoid, like a plague. And I think Shego, as Susie said, Shego is a playboy. So, Uncle, are you actually a playboy? Tell us about it, yeah. Because that's what Susie. I wasn't the one that said it. Susie Reti said that.
Well, I'm not a playboy.
So I'm going to ask when the line is open, Susie Reti, you must call into this show, and I need to put you up with this man so that you can actually argue whether it's a playboy. Because in that post you posted, you said Shegun a playboy. That's what you said. So I will leave it to one side like that, and then we keep going for now, and then we see how it goes along the line. Welcome to the show, sir. The next one I want to introduce today, there is NEPA is not messing about, or they pay their bill, NEPA bill today, so they are not in the dark in their house today. And it actually has a little bit of maybe some moon or sun sitting on the side over there. If you look beside him there, you can see the moon. You can see the rays of moon or rays of sun coming out beside him there. Uncle, welcome to the show. Introduce yourself, sir. Uncle, can you introduce yourself? Oh? Don't fall asleep. Oh.
Yes. I'm just thinking about Mr. Opanuga going the Frank Bello way. So you can imagine having two wicked in quotes guys not on the platform. So it's going to be really fire. Anyway, my name is Fatayo, and they were a regular in this program, and we hope that tonight we will be trashing a lot of issues, and hopefully we will get some messages across to you guys. God bless the night for us.
Okay, God bless the night for us. Wow, God bless the night. Thank God for blessing the night for us in advance. The last one I want to introduce is my deputy. He's the one that takes the mantle when I want to run away from the screen, or in the unlikely event of me getting voted out, he will be the one taking the mantle of the show. Remember, this is your show, guys. You can vote anybody you like, including myself. You can vote us out. Someone asked me, how can someone vote me out on my show? No, it's nothing about me. It is, please, nobody should call Frank Bello. When you call him, it's not good for me. You're going to stress me when you call him at this time of the night. Call him tomorrow morning. Huh? He's supposed to be in bed anyway. I don't know what he's doing up to now, staying up late. This is the guy that will take over the mantle from me, should in case of incapacity, and you decide to vote me out on any day. This is why I said there's something that must happen. You cannot vote three people. There must be one of us, three people, myself, or maybe one of us, one of the four. Actually, today, anybody on the show today can take. No. Mr. Panuga hasn't get to that level. It's just an analyst. It's not a controller. So it's just an analyst. It's just mere analyst. The reason I'm doing it this way today is because I want to make sure that we have some smile before we start. Because when we start, it's going to be very, very worried and very, very gruesome. Thank God. Let this man introduce himself first, and I'll tell you something quickly. Go ahead, Frank Miller.
Yes, I'm not too sure if they can hear me in the studio, but a call
Yes,
came
we
in.
yeah.
We can hear you loud and
Hello,
clear.
can
You
you
can
hear
hear
me
me?
in the
Yes, we
studio?
can hear you. We can hear you. Can you hear us, Frank Bello? Okay. You need to restart your machine. You need to restart your machine. You need to close your machine and start up again. Okay. There's something I wanted to tell you quickly before this uncle comes back to us. I've been saying to you, by the grace of God, we will not have to go through a lot of bloodshed in Nigeria when we have to leave, because I can repeat it to you categorically tonight with a lot of assurance. There will not be bloodshed in Nigeria. This genocide that we're staring in the face will not happen. I think this man is trying to confuse my camera as well. His own camera is confused, and he's trying to call me. I don't know why he's calling me for. He wants to confuse my camera like his camera. Ajibo don't wear Nikora. That's another one you can keep at hand. Oh, wait, praise the Lord. Someone is alive. Princess Moradeon is alive. Princess Moradeon is alive. Okay. Who disappeared? Okay, he's back. Oh, I see. I can see. You're trying to rub the cream now. The cream you didn't rub after the bath. Okay, Frank Bilo, introduce yourself to our audience tonight, please.
Yes, sorry about that, guys. I had a call that came in that truncated the entire process. Yes, my name is Frank Bello. Your one and only devil's advocate on Heritage TV. They like to describe me that way. Good evening, everyone. Engineer Panuga, Ewelu Abike Ade, Mr. Ogunrebijo, and then the moderator, Mr. Ade Thomas. I'm pretty sure that tonight we're going to have a great time on the genocide that's about to play in Africa. I hope you enjoy.
Okay, there's been a little bit of problem with your audio, Mr. Fambilo, so you need to turn your camera off and turn it back on again. You need to turn your camera off for me and turn it back on again. So please do that quickly while we'll start cracking this one. Let me start with people who are a little bit older than me, who are very older than me, who knows what happened in 1994 is Rwanda. And there's nobody other than Fatai Okubido who can give us a little bit of history about the genocide in Rwanda in 1994. Fatai, go ahead, please.
Yes, if I could just remember vividly, it was just a power play. That is as far as I understand it, and this is not what many people really understand or really understood during that period of time. There is a power play in Rwanda, in the Rwanda Burundi conflagration. And what really happened during that time was that typically, as it happens in Africa, we always have all the big powers behind many of the powers that is in Africa. And as we know, going back to the history of Nigeria, which actually the makeup of that country happens to be on the platform of putting a sort of blood infusion into the spines and the blood vessels of United Kingdom. So, and similarly, every part of Africa is consumed in that ambition of many European countries, in which they try to put in place a 2G government that will be answerable to them. So, by history, um, Rwanda, Burundi actually originally was colonized by the French. And there's somewhere along the line, there was a consensus between France and Belgium, because Belgium also wanted to have a sort of colonized nation in Africa. And because as a very small country that it was, what happened during that time was that several years ago, when Rwanda was being handed over to Belgium, there was no much economic prospect there. And by the time we reach around 1994, there were sort of conflicts between the two colonial nations, in which both were trying to struggle for the control of Rwanda. And that control was actually what led to the tragedy that happened, which consumed the life of millions upon millions of people. And how it happened was like this. Let me say, the French people wanted to take back their whole colonial nation, now being administered by Belgium for several years, even long years that is actually, you know, it got carried away that France will be coming back to take over. So the one aspect of the French loyalty was for a part of the tribes, because we had the Tutsis and then the Hutus then. So really, I can't remember really now which one France was actually supporting or which one Belgium was supporting. So the person in government was actually a Belgian supported head of state. And the negotiation was going on, but Belgium was being stubborn that he didn't want to release the old colonial state of France back to the French. And because this time around, economic prospect is coming, a lot of things are happening now, gold, diamond is coming, and that's the reason why French wanted it back, because the economic value that they're going to gain now is actually blinking their eyes. And Belgium was thinking, well, after all, we've been in control of this thing for a very long time. How come you're going to come and take over from us? And then the conflict started. So the power play was actually what really happened when they were organizing for a meeting to be held outside of the country, and they wouldn't want to actually, implicate anybody, but probably I'm going to talk. So a regime being sponsored by Belgium was in control. The other part that wanted to take over, which is the French government, was trying to cuddle for its own loyalty from the other set, because the main tribes are the Hutus and the Tutsis. So, and I think the Hutus were in charge of the government, and Tutsis were being backed by, or it could be the other way around. It's been a long time, so I can't really remember now, but I used to have an idea of what was happening then. So somewhere along the line, a meeting was organized. The Hutu sponsored the government. The head of state then took over. Took off from the capital, and as it was going, his plane was bombed, and that was what really happened, as the entire nation was in conflagration, because those that were in government felt so angry that their incumbent government, or the incumbent head of state, was killed in the eventual aircraft that happened, because the aircraft were bombed simply because of the political tango between France and Belgium. But that was not what was being told us. What was being told us was that the two tribes in Rwanda were in conflict, and they were fighting and killing each other, and that was actually what the entire world was sold. Whereas at the back end, the power play was between Belgium and France. And today, the rest is history. And the bloodlet during that period of time was unimaginable. And up to today, they are still actually reeling in the pain while they are trying to count their losses.
Thank God. I don't know what I will have done to Mr. Fatah Okubido today again. The first man to get a yellow card today. That's the first yellow card of the day.
You wanted me to make a point. I was making that point. Definitely. I wouldn't start that abruptly.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether I'm going to buy the excuse you're giving me. Okay, quick to the rule because of Madame, right?
Yeah.
When you are talking, Erelu Abike Ade, when you are talking and I'm showing you a loan, you can keep talking. By the time I come back to this screen, it means you need to start rounding up and finish your speech. If you don't do it for a long time, you're gonna get a yellow card, and 2 yellow card means you are going to get a
Sister,
red card. I'm
she's still
sorry,
on the set.
that is just the rule. And if you have to go to toilet because you've been drinking too much water, you don't need to say anything. And the only thing you need to do is make sure you wash your hand when you are coming back to the show. Thank you, guys. Mr. Fatai, did you actually read that introduction? You read it, or did you watch it as a movie? Or you are just trying to crack your brain for it and
You
you
mean
know
you
a
mean
little
the
bit. You know a little bit
which
about it,
introduction?
and then you try to develop it to that extent.
Which introduction?
The
You
story
mean
about the Rwanda's genocide.
it was a power play between France and Belgium.
Okay,
That's a fact.
okay. So you actually read it. Okay, because someone is
You
telling me in
understand?
my
Yes, I
head.
understand it. Yeah.
So someone is telling me in my head that maybe you are lying to us. But
Well,
I probably
I
believe
mean,
you.
let's
I
go
believe you
back to
though.
history and check.
I
I'm not
believe you.
lying.
I believe you because in reality you can't believe because of power struggle of 2 nations they're gonna kill 1 million people.
That was what happened, sir.
Okay, and this is why we ask the question: is another genocide about to be played in Africa? Should we go to? I don't want to put my sister on the spot too early, so let's go to Engineer Opanuga. And he said, "My name is Engineer Opanuga." You didn't tell me your name. Your name is not Engineer. That's your dad's name. Go ahead, Engineer Opanuga. Tell us about what you know about this one, but don't make it long like
In
Fatayo.
Rwanda, you mean? The war in Rwanda.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I will only tell you a little bit about what I knew when the war had already started. I wasn't aware of what happened before it started. But so I'm going to follow what Mr. Guribido had already said. So so I'll pick up from there. As time went by, there was a lot of killings and genocide everywhere. Young child soldiers were being employed everywhere. So it was one of the most horrific wars that Africa had ever fought. But I will not even
Experience.
say it's one of the only one, because there were a lot of horrific wars going on in Congo, in many other countries like Angola, but they don't show it to us because it was not an international war. You understand? So, but Rwanda zone, like Mr. Ogunribidu had said, was a power play between France and Belgium. So that was the reason why the whole thing was escalated beyond human comprehension. I'm trying to stay on the. I'm
Okay,
trying to stay
okay,
on your rules.
because
I don't want to get yellow card.
yeah, okay, you don't have to get yellow card because I haven't actually planned to
The
give you
boss is
yellow card yet.
you are sending panic now to people because
Guys,
most people
if
here
I
that
ever
put you back.
intimidate anybody, guys, if I intimidate anybody, please tell me because I'm not supposed to intimidate people here. Ah, good evening, my son. Oh. Is it real son or fake son? Omoluabi, is it real son or fake son? Because I don't know about. Okay, thank you very much for that, Engineer Olusegun. I won't call you Obasanjo anyway. I'll call you Opanugast. Should we go to Princess or Erelo Abikeade first, or should we go to because these 2 people they're good talker. So I want to make sure I don't give the microphone to the wrong person. Otherwise, they won't give it back to me easily. Let's go for the ladies first. Yeah, Sister Abikari, go ahead. Tell us what you know briefly about the
Well,
Rwandan genocide.
I personally, because I'm not an historian, so I personally do not know much about the Rwanda issue that you're talking about. But I know that genocide is a crime against certain groups. And listening to Mr. Fatai Ogunribido's submission or introduction, I'm interested in reading further into it, but I don't know much about the Rwanda genocide, the
Okay,
history of it.
the good thing about it is that you're
So, and I
faithful.
don't want to say something that I'm not quite aware of.
Okay, no problem. I'll take it off you quickly because at least you're faithful. Frank, you only got
Yeah,
2 minutes. I need to control the time for you. Yeah, 2 minutes. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
yes.
all right. Now, let's look at one thing. We're talking about genocide in Africa. Now, let's look at Rwanda. Let's look at where Rwanda is, and let's look at where Burundi is. Burundi is south of Rwanda, and north of Rwanda is Uganda. And then to the west is DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo. Uganda is English, British, and Burundi and Rwanda is a tussle between the French and the Belgium, like Mr. Ogunribido outlined. But this genocide that we're talking about a 100 days in 1994, to which 800,000 people were killed in Rwanda by extremist Hutus. We've got Hutus and Tutsi. Hutus targeted the minority Tutsi community and political opponents. Now, within the 100 days, let's break the total number of people that were killed on a daily basis. We're talking about 8,000 people being slaughtered on a daily basis by the Hutsis. Now, let's look at this a bit further. 85% of Rwandans, 85% of the population of Rwandans are Hutsis, Hutus. So the Hutus, when we look at that, they are the majority. Now, 15% of Rwandans are the Tutsis. So, in other words, 15% of the entire population are the minority. Now, what is the cause of this genocide? Let's look a bit further down history. In 1959, the majority Hutus overthrew the Tutsi monarchy. Did you get that? In 1959, back, you see how history played into what will happen today and then the future. So in 1959, the majority Hutus overthrew the Tutsi monarchy. Don't forget, the Hutus are the majority in that community. Now, tens of thousands of Tutsis fled to neighboring countries like Uganda and obviously Tanzania. But a group of Tutsis exiled that left, don't forget, 15% are Tutsi. So the Tutsis that left the country for exile then formed a rebel group called the Rwandan Patriotic Front, RPF. This group then laid a new revolution, and then they unleashed their revolution in 1990. So the fighting then continued until 1993, until the peace deal was then brokered by President Sanjo
Now, what then happened? On the night of April 1994, there was a plane that carried the president of Rwanda and his Burundi counterpart. And what happened? Both of these men were Hutus, and their plane was shot down, killing everybody on board. So that was the beginning of that massacre. But what we have to bear in mind is that in 100 days, I repeat, in 100 days in 1994, 800,000 people were killed in Rwanda. It got so bad to the extent that Tutsis who married Hutus, a Hutu man who married a Tutsi wife will have to kill the Tutsi wife for fear of being killed himself by Hutus. Does that explain everything? So now, let us now picture this genocide of the majority and the minority back into location 9. Because the people who are hell-bent on killing the majority, of course we know them, the Fulanis, and they've started, and it's going to get pretty worse. Are we going to see or witness another genocide that will be catastrophic, that will be more lethal than what happened in Rwanda? Is it going to happen in location 9? It's already happening. Are we going to see a situation, even as COVID-19 is ravaging everywhere in the world, that the Biafrans, the agitators of Biafran state, and those agitating for the Oduduwa nation or Oduduwa kingdom, we now take the laws into their hand and then begin to slaughter those minorities? I'll hand over back to you in the studio before I get a yellow card.
Okay, thank you very much. Everybody is afraid of yellow card now, which is a good thing. Okay, thank you. Everybody has put one thing or the other in. Let's look at this picture. In Rwanda, before the war, there was a lot of movement of people. There was a lot of movement of people. And in Nigeria of today, even with the lockdown, there's a lot of people. People move around in the country. Yes, it always happens. But they move around for a reason. They just don't move around for no reason. If I carry my bag today and go to Manchester, then it's not a problem. But if 100 of us decide to go to Manchester and they ask us, what are you doing in Manchester? That is, they don't fool. They can't talk because they don't have any reason to be in Manchester. And the reason we're talking about this today is because of the international community. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. If this is happening and nobody is talking about it in any parliament because of COVID-19, then problem is coming. And before the problem comes, we want to alert everybody in the world and say, look, this is what we're thinking. Are we going to have a genocide? Is this going to become a genocide? I'm going to open the phone line quickly today. And when the phone line is open, I will be sourcing for some more images online that I can actually show you guys. Because if we don't treat this one carefully today and run through it, then we're not doing justice to the program. We need to do justice to this program today. We need to do justice to what is happening. We need to do justice to what is about to happen. We need to do justice to what is going on and what people are doing in I don't know, Frank Bello's new name for Nigeria, because I know it as Nigeria, but they've given a new name, Location 9. I'll show you an image quickly, and I might probably be able to read what comes with that image to you guys. And this is an image of somebody there, and the title that came with this one is from Shegun Onibiyo, one of our own people that normally comment on this program. It was a big, long statement, many things they sent me, and about this gentleman here. But I'll go to the last one quickly. The last one that I think you guys might want to read. This is Ali Mohammed, one of the kidnappers who killed Dr. Drenkat at Road 6, Unijust Senior Staff Quarters. He was shot on the leg while his gang was exchanging fire with men of the Nigerian police who collaborated with the hunters group. Ali lives in Tide, but his father today said it's been over 2 years that he has not set his eyes on him. And why will these people be carrying on? That looks like an AK-47.
It is.
Yeah. So, what is this guy that wears football jersey doing with AK-47 with multiple rounds of ammunition? And we've talked about cyclists in motorbike rider in Lagos having AK-47 under their motorbike seat. And an expert, a very good expert on that one, is Fatai Okribido, because I know he knows about these people so much. Tell us about these motorbike people before they ban motorbike in Lagos.
Well, the boss, I'm still learning. Only that at least by the grace of God, where one is able to put 1 plus 1 together to be able to deduce what the answer should be. Now, where we are, as I can express tonight, it's like we are sitting on a very big keg of gunpowder in South Nigeria. The reason is because the signs have been on that dangers had been inherent. Whether we take it serious or we don't take it serious, the onus is on us as a people and as a region and as part of the entity called Nigeria to see the best way to get out of the doom that is coming. Because the signs have been shown to us that all is not well with Nigeria. We all love Nigeria. We've embraced it right from its inception. Those who have played the best role to make Nigeria successful up to today are the people from the southern part of Nigeria, especially my tribe in the southwest part of Nigeria. And we have hoped against hope. We've been so resilient, sovereign, in dignity, a lot of things in the past. Nobody can claim to me that they love Nigeria more than I do. But the time has now come for us to be able to take a step as to are we moving forward or are we moving backward? And that now brings me to the issue of what has been happening in the past years. We have been warning about a systematic takeover of South Nigeria by the Fulanis. It is not an exaggeration. It is not that somebody is speculating. It is reality that stares us in the face every day. And unfortunately, those who are back home, they can only rely on what they read on the newspapers. And those who are dishing out the newspapers in most cases, are very, very economical with the truth, for the simple fact that they are being watched by the power that be. So, in the past 3 years, we have witnessed some power play from the north. We heard about, in less than 2 years ago, the entire South Nigeria stood in unison to fight against a so-called plan to put Ruga in southern part of Nigeria. And when you go to the definition of Ruga, it entails so many things. Establishment of a mini town, which will have schools, hospitals, veterinary, road networks, bus stop, a lot of things. That is, mini town being created for the convenience of cattle rearers in southern part of Nigeria. What does that tell us? What message does that tell to give to us as a people? So that's the reason why we have to be realistic. When we are making our comments, we have to be frank when we are putting this message across to our people. Because our people need sensitization. They need to be informed. They need education to be able to understand that the entire South Nigeria is sitting on a keg of gunpowder. Now, after defeating the so-called Ruga plan, other things came about, a clandestine plan to enforce a diary organization that will spread the dairy farm across. A lot of things has been happening technically behind closed doors in order for the penetration of southern Nigeria, by the northerners. Nobody is saying that we should not be moving from one place to another. But what we have witnessed in the past years, especially 1.5 years, has sent jitters down our spine. Because as we speak today, let us take it from a recent statement made by Shettima. Shettima threatened that if the southern Nigeria does not allow Fulanis to come to the southern part to have the habitation there is going to be war in Nigeria. Imagine a single person threatening a whole southern part of Nigeria that war will be imminent if we send back those that were sent to us forcefully by the powers that be from the north. And since making that statement about 3-4 days ago, no any northerner of influence has ever come forward to either criticize him or shut him up or do anything that will allow the entire South Nigeria to have the confidence that the government means well for the southerners. And now I'm bringing that back to what happened, which I've always been telling people, that Nigeria is non-existent, and that what is happening now, as it is playing, is what we have had right far back to year 2014, just about 4 months before the election. Because then we were told in an embassy here that the North was going to go in 2017. We were having doubts. And when the statement, when we heard about that information, we were not taking it very seriously. Because if you tell people, they won't believe it. Because many people believe that nothing can ever take the North out of Nigeria, because they are planning. That's why Nigeria is not being developed. They know what they are doing. So when the statement came, we were doubting it. But eventually, in 2017, June 6 declaration, Kaduna declaration, the same youth represented by this Shettima issued 3 months deadline to the Indigbos to leave the North. So it goes to show that indirectly they were telling the entire South to leave the North, because they know if such statement is made against the Southwest, they know the swift reaction that will follow. So they were cautiously saying indirectly that Indigbo should leave, and they were giving Indigbo 3 months to quit the North. So now, throughout the 3 month duration of that deadline given by the Arewa youths, there was no any specific reaction from either the emirs or all the stakeholders in the North. They were all kept quiet until about 4 days before the expiration of that 3 months deadline. And 4 days before, El-Rufai now came and doused the entire attention that no, they should not take those boys seriously. So It's going to show what is breathing inside those youths are the plans and the intentions of their paymasters. Because let us come home to think about Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu has never issued threat against the Fulanis to quit the East. And this guy was being humiliated. He was being embarrassed here and there. Is that justice in a nation that is called a so-called independent nation? So these are the questions that we have to be asking. So in recent months, we have seen the influx of thousands upon thousands of Almajiris. They look like Almajiris, but they are not. They are matured Fulani men. And we have seen the mass influx of motorcycles from the north to the southern part of Nigeria. So these people are being prepared for a reason that is yet to be revealed. And that's why the issue of this genocide being discussed now is very relevant. And we have to trust that, allow our people to understand that we are sitting on a keg of gunpowder in southern part of Nigeria. Thank you. I don't want to be given red card now.
Thank you, my brother. That was very, very, very down to details. The people that are moving down south from the north, the first question you need to ask them, excuse me, you're moving down south, where are you going to stay? Have you got an address where you're going to sleep? And I was made to understand that they have a plan of where they're going to stay. Let's give it to Engineer Opanuga and see, test his brain about what he knows about these people's plan, about where they're going to be staying when they get to southern Nigeria. Engineer Olusegun Opanuga, go for it.
Yeah, thank you. It's a very serious matter. And I'm very, very happy with the submission of Mr. Oboribido. We are sitting on a time bomb. Naturally, people like me would not come out and speak about Nigeria to this extent. But when I can envisage that when this thing actually happens, most of us that sit abroad will be hearing the news about our families being killed, about things happening, about bombs killing our kings and kinsmen. But we don't want to wait for that to happen before we speak out, because we've learned about many wars that have happened. Even the 1945 war, when Hitler was bombing many countries in Europe, UK did not say anything because they never thought he was going to come and bomb them. Until the man had finished his master plan, they now faced United Kingdom before they now rose against him. And United States got involved, and before we knew what was going on, there was a world war. And the same thing is going to happen in Nigeria. The Northerners are already being supported by some people who give them guns in the midnight, throwing helicopters in the midnight of the Nigerian armed forces. Is not really it's an allegation, but the allegation is tending towards nothing but truth, that most of these Amajiris and most of the Fulanizations and the northern agenda is beginning to come into fruition. Initially, they were fighting their wars within themselves. The Zango Kataf, if you remember, they never knew that it was going to escalate into the south, on the southwest. But they had a master plan, and I'm beginning to analyze it that this master plan is well planned, that they wanted to actually take over the whole of Nigeria. What they do? Military coups. What brought about military coups? The foreigners who was financing them were interested in the oil and many mineral resources. They were looking for who to manage that affairs for them. They could find the easy prey in the north, put all their families in the army, They never want to be involved in Western education, like the Westerners and the Southwest and the South. They don't want to integrate themselves. They want to continue to be in the army. And if anybody wants to bring anything that will bring Nigeria together, they will roll the tank out and they will take over the whole system, and they will come on to the media houses and announce they have taken over government. That was what used to happen in the 80s, in the 70s, 60s, until 1999, when they now finally wanted to give democracy a shot. People were still watching. They brought Obasanjo in to make it look as if they were trying to enter a truce for a new Nigeria. But many people that knew who Obasanjo was from his antecedents and his whole, what do you call it, inclination, Obasanjo had never been on the side of the Southwest. So that's why they used him. And eventually, what happened? We still entered into darkness in the Southwest. Now, the Northerners, they have now mastered their game. Remember what happened during Obasanjo's regime in Oshodi, where we used to have our bomb, what do you call it, where we used to store our bombs. They put fire in it, and the whole thing wrap around the whole of Oshodi, and all the bombs allocation in that area for the cantonment were gone. It was a master plan. So this is what is going on. The Northerners are trying to roll down the whole of the country with their military government in the barracks and take over Nigeria. That is their mission. It is obvious. That is my submission. So the Maramajaris that are coming to the Southwest, the reason why they are doing it is because they want to now take over our South and Southwest. That is the mission.
Okay, thank you very much for that. That was a very, very clear thing. But before we go to a caller that I have online currently, this is my caller. It is not him that called me. I'm the one that called him. Before we go there, I'm gonna ask some of you guys that knows how to argue very well. I'm gonna ask you one question. The people that were moving down south, don't we have governors in the south that can say, hold on, what are you guys doing? Or are they still doing party lines with people's life? Should I go to Frank Bello first? I'm going to have to argue this one with him a little bit. So I'm going to put me and him on the screen, and we're going to argue this one for some few minutes. But I have a fellow on the line that give me another kind of rundown to the Rwanda's war than what Fatai gave me earlier on. So, gentlemen, let's have him on the show first. Go ahead, sir. Your name, where you calling from? You need to turn your system down, sir. You need to turn your system down.
Yeah, I turned my system down. Yeah, I did.
Go ahead then.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all the panelists. Thank you so much, Mr. Ade Thomas, for the opportunity, to give me a call. I just wrote a comment there, and I just want to give you our viewers all around the world that what is happening in Nigeria shouldn't be a joke. The history of what happened in Rwanda, because I managed to have some Rwandan friends who I school with here in Republic of Ireland today. I'm calling from Republic of Ireland. According to history, it was German people that first colonized Rwanda people. But during the World War I, then Belgium took over. And to fast this case forward, when you look at Belgium, they speak Flemish. That's French plus a bit of English. They call it Flemish. They work part and parcel with French government as well. They are both the same. But in 1991 and 1959, what actually led to the problem, according to history told by some of my colleagues that I studied with here, some of them are from the Hutus and some were also Tutsi. So I was able to get a balanced story from them, really, even though they became friends later. What happened was, these people were living happily. Actually, there were three different groups: the Hutus, the Tutsi, and the Chua. But the Chua, bearing in mind, they are just not many like that. But 85% of the citizens are Hutus. Then I think about 15 or 12% are Tutsi. Then the rest are like Chua. I think they are now up to 10 or 20,000 in number. So according to the history I got from both of them, because one was from Hutus and the other side was from Tutsi, was that the three groups were living happily before the colonial master took over. And from the Hutu side, what he told me personally was that the issue identity, just like in Western world today, there's what we call social welfare. The issue identity that favors one group than the other. And when you take that card, they give you an education number and your picture. When you go to collect, like all social welfare here, they see that the other group are getting more than them. That was the beginning of the problem. And what happened? The truth is, they decided to revolt. That why should the Hutus, they revolted. They said, why should Tutsi be getting more welfare than them? So when you look at it in details, actually, there was no problem with the people. It was the colonial master who came and put a difference in. And according to the guy in Hutus, he said the Tutsi, they look more like the Fulanis, that they got pointed nose, like the white colonialists. So they favor them more than the Hutus. That was actually the beginning of the problem between two of them. And to fast the case forward, in 1959, the Hutus decided to revolt and they massacred a large number of Tutsi people. And then what happened? They established a new state 3 years later. So, and the Tutsi as well, they also launched a civil war in 1990 that goes on and on till 1994. Even their present president joined a rebel group when his people were being killed. So that's just what I said. Let me just add. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much for that. Yeah, I'm just gonna take it off him quickly. Could you guys hold on 1 second, please? Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Is there a bomb in Abuja? Is there been an explosion in Abuja in the last few minutes?
No.
Can you try and confirm for
Ramadan
me?
is going on.
Sorry? Yeah, someone is telling me.
Which
I'm
area?
just
Which area
getting.
they mention? Ramadan is going on.
Okay.
Just now.
Yeah.
Ramadan is going on.
In Ikeja, sorry,
Fasting
Ikeja. I was
is
thinking
going
Abuja. Let me confirm quickly. They said Ikeja. Okay. Don't worry.
Okay,
I'll
sir.
go back to Lagos and confirm for him. Yeah. 1 second. Sorry, guys, to keep you holding because we were expecting things like this to happen. We've been hearing all this in the last few days. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. Olayomi Koiki, if you can hear me, can you please do your research and get back to us about the bomb, please? Yeah, let's find out if that was a real thing or another hoax that some people likes to use to distract us. Okay, let's leave that one to one side. We get a good gist about it. So, what is happening in Nigeria today? Is it and the same writing on the wall that looks like it's going to happen? Yes or no? Let's give that to Okay, let me see who the caller is. Actually, we're not taking calls now. Are you passing information about the bomb in Ikeja?
I'm not passing information. I just want to hear my views. I want to like say
Okay,
something. So
we're
that
not
the
we're
whole
not
world
taking
can
calls
hear me.
now, but I've taken your calls already. So hear your view quickly, sir.
All right. Okay. My name is Dre, and
Thank you.
I think I want to say one or two things
Okay, go ahead.
before you cut me off. Already is happening as we speak in Nigeria. It's happening in the down south. It's in our forest already. Those guys, they're set to go. So don't let us keep behind bush or try to paint it as if nothing is happening. They're there already. And secondly, I want to talk about this China loan. This is directly to Mr. Frank and Mr. Fatai to answer. Is that if we cross China, if we don't pay back these loans, they're going to take over Nigeria by themselves. We can see what is happening all over Africa. They're taking over Madagascar. The same to, what's it called? Is it Burundi or I don't know, I've forgotten the name. Anyway, the third one is the history of us, we black. The way we betray ourselves over and over and over again. What do you think is the cause? Like black people, they betray themselves, even though when they see something is like, it's for the good cause for the whole humanity of their black race, they're still going to betray each other and bring down the cause. So that's all I just want to say. Bye.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Because that man is my man, so I can't do without answering his phone. Please don't call for now. No calling. I want to thank everybody watching on YouTube. The people testing our app, please watch this program on the app to make sure that everything is working quite well before we roll it out. I thank all the people on YouTube because you guys are actually commenting and passing on your information. That is very promising. That is very encouraging. And I can see a lot of people are now watching on YouTube as well, which I want to say thank you to. I'm going to go back to where we are before. All right. But before then, I want to beg everybody watching this program to please share. At the moment, I have 114 people watching. And how many share did we have? Let's have a look. Bell is ringing. Okay, it's coming up now to tell me how many shares we have so far. I want to see whether I'm not doing it right or you guys are not doing it right. I think Sister Abike is getting bored. Okay, just 1 second, guys. Yeah, we want to see this. Olayomi. Okay, they said there's no bomb in Ikeja. Thank you very much, you guys that have actually confirmed that. There is no bomb in Ikeja. Thank you for that. And the guy that said there's a bomb in Ikeja, could you come back to us and tell us exactly where you hear that and how you heard that, so that we can know that you are not trying to distract us and take us away from where we are and things like that. Okay, guys, we've got how many shares so far? 40 shares, 112 watching. So you guys need to share three times, please, so that we can match the numbers of people watching to the numbers of people, numbers of shares we have. And we only got 53 likes, 111 watching.
I think you need to talk to Madam Abike, otherwise Madam Abike will get angry.
No, this one she can't get angry. She's on a sabbatical leave and she's learning so much things.
I can't wait to hear from her.
You know what she does, yeah? She's just a straightforward talker, right? So today is a different ball game, and she has to learn the gist that sometimes we have to give other people chances to talk. And somebody was teaching us on our show a couple of days ago that said we have to bring other people in. Okay, go ahead, sir.
She needs to unmute her phone as well. I think her phone is on mute.
Okay, I will unmute her phone, yeah? Okay, Sister Abike, over to you.
Yes.
What do you think is going on in Nigeria? Use your expertise, use your woman power. Find out for us what is going on down location 9. Why are people doing this to us? Is it the Chinese that's doing this? Is it us? Is it the Yoruba? Is it the Biafrans?
Yeah.
Is it the Fulani? Which one? Please, Auntie.
All right, thank you for the question. And a gentleman that called in already said it, that we do betray ourselves. And it's one of the reasons why a lot of things are happening at the moment. And I think we've had so many submissions from every one of you. And the solution is what I think that we need to be discussing now. We've had histories, we have, information handy. But how do we resolve this? And the gentleman that called in asked, why are we betraying ourselves? And my own answer, simple answer is that because of our selfish end, and we are not doing the right thing. And this is where I'm going to bring in the Amotekons, because when Ruga started, and when it was really, really the middle of the Southerners, yeah, and the governors, they discussed it, and they, you know, my own understanding is that they believe that all the Southerners needs to come together and work against this Ruger. But then I believe that is that is what gave birth to Amotekun. And my own take here is that what are the solution to this? Because if we are saying that are we going to sit down and let this happen? Yes, we are sitting on a very time bomb, but are we going to sit down and let it happen? I think we should be focusing our discussion today on problem solving. What are we going to do? And that is what, I personally was expecting, because I love the aspect. And I think now that we still have Amotekun, as I believe, working presently. And I think the Southerners need to work together, all our governors, because you asked the question, what are the governors doing? And I believe that they are still working together. That is my belief. I stand to be corrected. But having said that, I think we need to be looking towards the solving of the problem rather than discussing the history of what has happened in the past. It's my first time, so I'm just listening and
Okay.
learning.
Okay. But the reason we have to talk about the history a little bit is for us to actually understand what's going on, and so that we know where to put our legs and where not to put our legs, and what lesson can be learned. In England, when there's a problem, one of the things they do first is they do an inquiry. So they see where they learn from. That is what we're trying to do, my sister. Because if you don't do the inquiry, we will not learn from what actually happened. So, Frank Bello, some of your followers, some of your disciples call you the lecturer. So let's see whether you're actually a lecturer today. What can we do that we have not been doing? Who is betraying us? Who is not doing the right thing? And who's supposed to be doing what? And they've abandoned what they're supposed to do. Who do we put in power that are letting us down? Frank Bello, go ahead.
Traitor. Who is betraying you? Who is betraying us? We've betrayed ourselves. Nigerians dug their own grave many, many years. They betrayed themselves. Yorubas betrayed the late Chief Obafemi Awolowo. They stopped him from coming to power. Where do you want us to put the likes of Richard Akinjide, MKO Abiola, Baba Dibu, Are Arishekola, all of them? They all work.
But some of these people are getting paid for their own atrocity as well, though. Some of the things they do in the little corner that a lot of us don't know about. That is what they get paid. Sometimes if you lose these people, it's because they've committed some atrocity themselves, and they get paid back.
Listen, Listen, Mr. Thomas.
Yeah.
When Obasanjo was a military junta and he accidentally became the head of state after Colonel Bukar Sukadimka murdered Murtala Mohammed in that bloody coup of Friday, 13th February 1976. Obasanjo wasn't ruling. He knew he couldn't rule Nigeria. Sadarna was calling the shots. What happened? Umaru Yaradua, Shehu Musa Yaradua, a colonel, was quickly drafted in as a Fulani deputy head of state in charge of the administration of the Federation of Nigeria. He was quickly promoted from a colonel. No, he was a lieutenant colonel and quickly promoted from a lieutenant colonel to a brigadier straight. The Sadarna of Sokoto was given the orders. Obasanjo was practically handicapped, unable to rule. They told him to quickly hand over power to another Fulani man, Adisa Akinloye. To the surprise of those Fulani Caliphate, Awolowo even ran them completely hands down in their own north. But then what happened? The likes of Adisa Akinloye, Richard Akinjide, then came in with their fraudulent 12 to 3rd. They robbed him. Perhaps if Obasanjo did not utter that statement that the best candidate will not win that election, perhaps we won't have the state that we are today, to the extent that as at that time, I was still hoping things will get better. That time, I would describe that same country as a country that I loved so riveting, considering the contributions my father made in both civil engineering, town planning, education, in the development of that country. I was hoping for a better country, that a new country will emerge and we will learn. But then and again, that passion that I had, that love, affection that was buried in me by my father, then got rotten in my mind, and I began to hate this country so passionately. I hate this country so passionately that my love then went straight to my root. I hate that country, and I think it's never been done in the history of anybody in the world. My hate for that country was what led me to destroy their fraudulent passport that cannot even take me anywhere. Now, let's look at why that hatred came. Because we knew that this problem has been on before and after Muhammadu Buhari had the intention of Fulanizing the entire country, not Islamization. I don't believe in Islamizing Nigeria. I don't think so. You can all say it, and you can say it clearly and crystal clear with your eyes, that it's all about the Fulani agenda. Listen, I grew up in Yoruba land. I was a product of the same Chief Obafemi Awolowo's quality education, not useless rubbish education. At school, pipe-borne running water, girls' toilet, boys' toilet in my primary school. Superb. Everything running. Cleaners cleaning our schools. They were paid, well-funded. And then you want me to then go back to a country where as far back as when Muhammadu Buhari came as a military junta. His agenda was to Fulanize Nigeria. He had that Fulani agenda. Babangida was the one that crushed Muhammadu Buhari's Fulani agenda the first time. It would have been possible under a military junta, but now somebody was asking, where are those governors? Mr. Thomas, you ask, where are they? Where is this same Father Mbaka in the East, the Catholic priest and a political jobber, predicting that Muhammadu Buhari will rule? Why is Father Mbaka and many of those southern leaders, both from Biafra and from Ududua land, not talking? Why is Bola Ahmed Tinubu not talking? Why is Fashola not talking? Why is Rotimi Amechi not talking? Why are they not all talking? Why is Rauf Aregbesola not talking? Why is Lai Mohammed not talking? Why are they not talking? Why is Aliko Dangote not talking about the killings that is currently ravaging the entire South? After all, Dangote claimed he's got factories built. How many Yorubas, Southerners, how many Igbo people are employed by Aliko Dangote? The same man had the audacity to import Indians to build his refineries. Is that a country? The Fulanese, they've surrounded Nigeria. They are all over the places. You thought they are all Almanjiris. Let me give you a breakdown if you don't know. The Almanjiris that they are importing south, those children that were uneducated, that the leaders in 1966 up till today never educated, they've produced other children that are menace to the society. They are problems to the society. We've got them. We're still paying for it. They're coming down south. Not only that, they want to use those infected Alamanjiri children with COVID-19 to be used as human shield when bomb starts raining down in the south. Bombs is going to rain down. Make no mistakes. The genocide has been on. They're not talking. Very soon, you start hearing petrol tankers fully loaded being used as little bomb. I'll hand over back to you in the studio, and we'll take it further from there.
Okay, that's very, very understandable, Frank Bello. I thank you for that. Very, very reasonable explanation. Someone said, where is the vice president? Why is he not talking? Why are we not seeing him outside? And then you talk about Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Tinubu is not saying anything because he's working for them. So how could he go against them? He's making his money from them. How could he go against them? He's making his own money. This is what we talk about our people. When they're comfortable, they don't care about anybody else. They only care about themselves. Guys, listen, gentlemen.
Where is the law? Where is the law that Bola Ahmed Tinubu had to display towards his own people? Where is the law from that Father Mbaka, who is now a political jobber? He claimed to be a reverend father. Does Father Mbaka really love the Igbo people? Let's ask him.
Okay, so that is something we need to get to understand. Before I go to Engineer Opanuga, I'm going to go back to Abike Ade again. Sister Abike Ade, what do you think a woman can do to rescue the situation? Over to you.
Well, thank you.
Or did I put you in the corner by asking you what a woman can do?
No, not at all. Not at all.
We can have woman power.
Yes, not at all. I have my own, take in this matter, and it is that yes, I said it earlier on that it's very, very important that we know the road, the history of where we're coming from. However, I believe in problem solving. Yes, women to the nation. I mean, Yoruba, because I want to speak about what uh, my Mr. Frambelo said, that what are those people doing? Of course, they are not doing anything and they are not ready to do anything. And that is why we have to come together to do something for ourselves, because we cannot be waiting for the likes that Frambelo mentioned earlier on, because they are not us, because they are, they are satisfied. They are fine wherever they are because they are making their own money together with their. We are the one that will fight for Duduwa Republic comes in. And women, we are ready, and we just need to find a forum whereby we can educate ourselves and incorporate our women into politics like this, because a lot of us are not interested in politics. We don't know much about it, and including myself. But the little that I know about is how do we move on from where we are right now. We've heard about the history, we've read it, like I said before, and constantly I've listened to my colleague from Belo telling us stories, history about what has happened and all this genocide. Genocide is going to happen if care is not taken immediately, and we have to, to start more or less educating other people in terms of we women, rescue the situation. Of course, yes, women have power. We can speak and we can come out and we can work together to save ourselves from this coming genocide. And through enough education, through enough, disseminate information into women, if you like, and to other people, because politics is a main thing. But we women, we are ready to work very hard alongside with you guys if you give us the opportunity. But I can tell you a lot of women out there are educated, even though they are not interested or versatile when it comes to politics matter, but they are interested in making sure that we move the Yoruba race forward. We all know that Nigeria is a failed country already, and we don't want to continue to be part of Nigeria. And it's now up to us to now work as a team. And that is what we are waiting for you men to tell us you're ready and we will follow you. And I'm telling you, a lot of women are out there that the likes of, Abike Dabiri, Her Excellency, I don't know how good she is, how ready she is in supporting this dream. So my submission is that we just need to move forward to find a solution to this problem. And we have to do something as soon as possible. Enough of all this talk. We need action. I'm an action woman, and there are so many women of my nature out there that, we're action person. And so we need as many women to come on board, but we need you to, start talking about problem solving right now, and then we will support you. Thank you.
Okay, Sister Abike, thank you for listening and doing the right stuff for us there. One thing I will say is that Abike Dabiri is a beneficiary of the current government, so there's nothing she can do. Most of the people in Nigeria cannot do anything, and we don't expect them to do something. Guys, we have 114 people online. This is not going far enough. Everybody, we're gonna start a signatory thing. I don't know what they call it. I lost the English now quickly. Maybe my mother doctor who is watching me online, watching her son doing this online, will be surprised and say, hey, what's my son doing over there talking politics? You're not supposed to be a politician, you're supposed to be a cameraman. Thank you for watching Prophetess Teleola Agala. I really appreciate your time with us today. Okay, let's go back to this one, right? We're going to start this online petition. We will start this one tomorrow, and everybody among us will drive it towards gearing us towards our MP. We're gonna send a letter to our MP, individual MP, and if we have, for example, maybe in Lambeth, for example, if you have 1,000 Nigeria, and tomorrow we will publish every MP email address. We will pin it here so that everybody can send an email to their MP. So by the time they start receiving about 5,000 email a day, maybe they will do something about it. Because something has to be done about this before it becomes a problem. And then we will start this online petition.
I think, Mr. Moderator.
Yeah.
Mr. Moderator.
Yeah.
I think rather than an individual MP, that's a very good idea. We can email number 10 Downing Street directly.
Yes, we can email number 10 Downing Street. That shouldn't be a problem. We can take a petition there, but we need to collect the signature first before we can take the petition there, and we will make it available that we will deliver it personally there. We're not gonna email them. We will deliver it. Thank God for the facilities we have now. We have access to Heritage, and Olayomi have access to 10 Downing Street. So we take this petition there by ourselves, and then we will hand deliver it, and we will showcase it to the whole world. And then we will start this online petition as well. And the online petition, we want to drive it up to about within a week. We want to drive it up to about 10 million, 50 million.
If they can get at least, I think at the top of my head, 100,000 signatures.
They will mention it
from the Igbo community, yes, and 100,000 from the Ududua people. It will trigger a debate, but I think.
Okay, Frank Bello.
The Republic can actually.
We will deliver about 2 to 3 million signatory for this. We will campaign about it, and we'll mention it.
That would be lovely.
We will set it up. Mr. Okwanuga, Mr. Okwanuga, me and you, we're not going to bed tonight.
Yes.
We're going to do the online appeal today before we go to bed, even if it means we're going to go to bed 4 o'clock in the morning. We're going to do it. And then we're going to be running the campaign so that everybody else online can start talking about it. And we go for it, and go for it. I'm sure within a week we can get 200, 300,000 people, even 1 million people within a week, so that we can push it. Guys, this is why you need to share this. This is why you need to let people know about this. Surprise, I've only got 54 shares. You want me to start mentioning name who is not sharing this program, or who is sharing it, who is watching, who is living on our free time for free without sharing this program? Please show loves, like the program, share it. Everybody, let's share it two times. Let it go. Then we know the people watching the program are the people that are supposed to watch it, not our spies. Because if you don't share, my branded, thank you for sharing. You see, I know it's sharing. Okay, let's give. Okay, let me get about 20 share. I will mention 20 share name now. Go for it. When you share, I will know and I'll mention your name. That's one. From Bello, Wale Coil, thank you. That's 2. No, another one from Wale, 2, 3. Toluwala share Ayuade, 3, 4. That's 4. Actually, that's 4. I've only got 4. We're looking for 20. We've only got 4. Fatai Okurubido, I know you are a master sharer because when you share about 20 times. Mommy, are you going to share for your son? Come on, let's
I
go
am
for it.
sharing
No, not you, Mommy Oganla.
now. Okay.
Adeoluwa, thank
Okay.
you. Thank you. That's about 7 already. That's 8. That's 9. Joy Olariwaju, that's 9. Thank you very much. I got 9 shares. We're looking for 20. We got 9 so far. 10. You got 10. Oh, my brand. Wow, that's 11. Thank you, Queen Esteri. That's 12. That's 12 so far. We're looking for 20. 12. Surprise, surprise. Frambelo hasn't shown up. Femi Babalala hasn't shown up yet. Fatai Okribido hasn't shown up.
I shared it. I shared it to a lot of people before the show. Before
No, share again.
started.
Solar Show. Thank you, engineer. Thank you. Oh, my branded. Wow, that one I see nearly about 10 from the 20 already. So we got about 4 to go now. 4 more shares to go, and we'll continue. 4 more shares to go. 4 more shares to go. You can't be living on this for free. We need to do it. Moderator, open the line. I bet we need to talk. Okay. Let me just see how many shares we have. Because if you don't get enough shares, we're not gonna open the line for you. You have to do your own side of team. We have to do our own side of team. Let me see if this gentleman that asked me to open the line has actually. Well, look, I want to investigate you to see whether you share. Rose, we haven't opened it yet, so I know that will be Femi Babalola definitely. It's not Femi Babalola. We haven't opened it yet. I want to make sure you share first. I know you're the one calling. You have to share first before we open the line. So I'm actually looking at you now. I haven't seen your share. Okay, I'm gonna answer your phone call. Go ahead. Your name, where you're calling from, sir, and what is your contribution? You got 45 seconds, and your time starts now.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Akin all the way from Nigeria.
Thank you very much for calling, sir.
Yeah, I want to say a big thank you to Everything TV.
And we want to say a big thank you for you for watching us as well from Nigeria, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. My contribution tonight is not just not too much words, but just to appreciate first, because I've been following this program. I've been sharing it. It's a source of hope to somebody like me for what Heritage TV is doing. But more also the action that is taking, the step taken tonight. I want to really appreciate that by this email thing that you spoke about.
Thank you, sir.
You know, we have discussion will be following. Whatever they have to do with Oduduwa movement will be following. Most especially we that are in Nigeria. You know, only little action we can pull now. You know what is happening concerning the government over this side.
Yeah.
But when we see people like you giving us step and hope and courage, we feel so excited about it. The best we can do is to share this program, you know, and make it known to the world. So we are still expecting some other moves, some other actions that can really make us to know that we are really serious about this thing. That it's not just mere talking on TV or internet. Okay. Thank you so much for the work you are doing.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much. We appreciate you for sticking by us as well. Thank you for sharing the program as well. Bye-bye, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Okay, the lines are now open. The number is the usual number. WhatsApp call only. Let me just print the number for you guys to see. +44 734 1234 560. WhatsApp only, please. WhatsApp only, please. WhatsApp only, please. Okay. So, I didn't even type anything. What nonsense is that? Donda, thank you for saying that. We really love you. Toyin Olanrewaju. Let's do it again. +44 734 1234560 is the number. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna pin it now. Let's pin it. We're gonna take the one there before away. Yeah, okay. I've pinned the number now. You can call now, please. Don't make the calling too much. Let's speak to some few people before you start calling. Okay. Good evening, Oluwatobi. I know your name. I see your picture. I know where you're calling from. Italo man. Give us a contribution, sir. 45 seconds. And your time start now.
Okay. Good evening, studio. Good evening, everybody watching. This is Oluwatobi calling from Haiti.
Thank you.
So we have listened to all this enlightenment that the studio, everybody in the studio have just shared with us. But I believe right now, the only thing we need to do is let people be alert. This thing is coming, and it's coming heavily.
And it's coming fast.
So right now, it's coming fast, and it's going to be heavy. We know the only thing we need, the Southerners generally need, is awareness. These people, yes, they are coming in their numbers. I am sure about that.
Yeah.
But people just have to be aware. It is the awareness now. We don't have to go back to 1940 or 19. Let us leave it. Let us just create. Let us allow people to know that, hey, this is what is coming, and we have to wait it. Okay. That is my contribution, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. That was nice and sweet. Thank you very much. We're expecting more calls. While we're waiting for more calls, Princess Abike, she's not princess anymore anyway. She's actually a queen now. Erelu Queen Abike. What are we going to do as media partners to drive this online petition so that people knows about it? We can't create so many, but we're gonna create one which is gonna be much powerful, and we'll probably create one every month from now on. And if they don't do anything within the next two months, we'll create one every week. When it starts raining on them, they know we're serious and we're worried about this, because we don't want it to fall on us like a thunder, right? So, Princess Abike, what do you think we're gonna do?
Thank you. I think it's very, very easy. All the media, we have to come together to disseminate this information
to everybody, because I think 100,000 signatories is not much. We can achieve it within few days. So it's all about disseminating this information to other people. So I think the other media, the other media partners, we need to be working with them so that they can signpost other people to that page where they can sign that petition. And I think we need to be talking about it regularly so that, you can cut across everybody, so that we can be able to get the signatory collated in time. And I think it's achievable and it's doable, as long as we are able to sort of pass this information to other people, because this is what we need. Action. I believe in that so much. And so we have to start working on it right now. After today, after this chat tomorrow, we need to start broadcasting it, coming out and talking about it regularly so that everybody can hear about it.
Okay, thank you very much. We will get it ready by tomorrow evening. We're going to be putting it online by tomorrow evening. I'm going to release Engineer Opanuga, Olusegun Opanuga. I'm going to be letting you go. Please give me your last word before you go. Thank God they didn't vote you. They didn't vote you out. I'm just voting you out by myself.
Okay, that's very good. Thank you very much, because it's getting late. Solution is the key, and one of the best ways to go about it is to create a kind of awareness, and the awareness has to go not within Nigeria, because that is the main battlefield. as it stands now. So it has to go into international stage because when it's going to happen, let me be honest with you. If you know the history of war very well, especially the one that happened in Africa, it's not going to be between Africans. It's going to be between the stakeholders, international stakeholders, trying to grab what they can grab within Africa, within Nigeria. And people will be financing, they will be empowering different groups with ammunitions. And that is how, if you know this, the big players, that's how they always do their business. They harm their own link, and they use it as a way to bring more and more mayhem. Then they will now bring in United Nations to start looking for resolutions to stop the war. And the next thing is they start using underground mission to rally around the resources, occupying the land and saying that they are looking for United Nations resolution force to enter and relax the tension. That has always been the cabinet was routine. So this is, but we don't want it to happen. We want to do a preventive one, whereby we expose the gladiators before they sink in. I would not be surprised that right now, even the Northerners are already building a lot of trenches within the southeast and southwest and underground. You know, using the sea and wherever they can, you know, to build their trenches and dungeons and where they can bring people out and do their mayhem. Because where do you think all the Amajiris are going? Where are they going to be living? They know where they are going. They know where the mission is. They know where they're going to hide themselves. So it's high time. But before I say that, let us go into what our own people are doing. If you know the history of Yorubas, the kings and the leaders, even before the time of the slave trade and everything, just to say something to what Miss Madam was saying, Madam Abike was saying, we still need history. History, without history, you cannot be able to understand what is going to happen. So the history is what gives you the main plan of what is about to happen. So in the history, you know that our kings were the ones that were collecting chocolates and sweets from the Europeans and the British then to sell their own people for slavery. And right now, it's no longer going to be chocolate. They are collecting money, financing, they are being financed through businesses to collect money against the will of the people. So the same thing is still going on. So they are going to sell us out as well. And they've already sold us out. And that is why you see a lot of poverty in the Southwest, where there are a lot of high-level education where there is, and in the South. Because people are selling us out. We are just going to school. We are not getting any job. Because some people are already collecting that money on behalf of everyone, so that we become the beggars. So from tonight, I'll be working with Mr. Ade Thomas to start rolling out a new strategy to bring international bodies into this situation, using my expertise as a former vice chairman of Labour Party in my area before. I will be pressing some buttons and bringing it to the. We need to write to the Parliament a very strong letter. First of all, bring out our main issues, our concerns, and with a lot of evidence, so that they already know, but they want to hear from us. They want to hear from us what we want them to do. So I will not discuss this here on the media, but this behind the scene, because we need to work to save Nigeria.
In the meantime, I'm going to let you go, sir. Thank you very much for coming today.
Thank you.
We
Thank
hope
you.
to see you. I will speak to you when we finish. So I will call you about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then we'll start the petition. We can't sleep. We can't leave fire on the roof and go to bed. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. Good night. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry. I clicked like on too many things and I clicked one that I'm not supposed to click. I'm so sorry. I am very, very sorry for that. Probably I've taken the click off. So I will not click like on a wrong information. We're just going to be getting the figure quickly. Okay. Before then, I might probably bring Ayo Ogundimo in to say a few words before we go. Ayo Ogundimo, I'm sending you the link now. Please come in straight away. Let's see your face. Let's hear your own opinion and your word from Sister Abike Ade as well. And I'll let her go quickly. Caller, will you hold on a minute, please? Sister Abike, could you give us your last word on the show today? And I'll let you go so that you can go to bed because I need you in the morning as well tomorrow. God bless you. But I want you to look at the camera this time around so that people know you're not lying to them when you're saying something to them. Because Yoruba said Ujuni Orowa. Go ahead, sis.
Thank you, everyone. I'm very, very passionate about moving forward. And that is why I kept repeating myself. As you're all aware that I'm an action person when it comes to, things like this. So in terms of we coming together, the Yorubas, we are going to come together. We've agreed to work together in one love. And that is what we are going to do. And in regards to moving on, these signatories, we need to go and sign it ASAP. And we'll be talking more on it as from tomorrow. Please, everyone out there that are listening to us, remember to share this program, and I'll continue to share it tomorrow so that it gets to everybody. We need to work together. Our leaders are not doing anything in order for us to be able to curb this this genocide that we are not sure it might happen, it may not happen, but we have to work very hard and very swiftly before it's too late. I want to use this opportunity to appreciate everyone for having me on this show for the very first time. I don't know anything about politics. I don't know much about it, but thank you for allowing me to witness it. And I think I learned a little bit more. Next time it will be better. So thank you so much, Mr. Ade Thomas Heritage. God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
And Mr. Fundelo and my brother, Mr. Fatal Gurebido. God bless you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
And I want to appreciate everybody out there. And I want to reassure you that we have able bodies. As you can see, that people are very, very committed to this change, and we are moving forward, and nothing will change. Thank you very much, and see you next time.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Before you go, you're coming onto Oragba on Wednesday with us. That one will start on time and it will not run this late. We really appreciate you. We really thank you for being here. Before you go, I got Ayo Ogudimu as well online with us. It's just coming. That's your brother over there. Brother, your camera is not done properly. You need to adjust your camera right, sir. Turn your camera around for me. Yeah. Turn it around. Yeah, turn it. Just leave it like that for the meantime. Okay, that's it. Yeah. Thank you for coming to the show today. While Ayo Ogundimu is quickly introducing himself, sir, will you introduce yourself? I'm going to be inviting Olayomi Koiki in. Thank you, madam. God bless you. Go ahead, Ayo.
Good evening. Hello, and thanks for having me on the platform, Heritage TV. It's always nice to come here back again. I'm very much part of Heritage TV for time, and I've always enjoyed coming back on here. It's a pleasure to be on here. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Fantastic. Thank you for coming with us. We're going to be getting Olayomi Koiki in quickly. I don't know how long, unless he has a magic hand. He needs to come in within the next few seconds so that he can give us the figures from location 9, as they call it. I don't know why they call it location 9. It's not my language. It's not my word. It's from Frank Bello and his disciples. So he likes to talk about location 9. The first time we talked about location 9, I didn't even know what he was talking about. So we're waiting for Olayomi Koiki to come in. But before then, let's quickly go to Mr. Ayo Gundimu again. The genocide is what we're talking about. Is another genocide about to play in Africa? That is really in Nigeria? Is it going to happen? What can we do to stop it? Go ahead, Uncle.
I think one of the things we have to be doing is what this programs like this is what can help. We need to be about it among ourselves. Getting information. Information is so essential to stopping this genocide. The more people can be made aware of these things to prepare, and at least to get the people on ground and those that to be able to at least mobilize some kind of defense in place. That is obviously the best way to go. Unfortunately, we don't have a coherent governance that would do the first duty. The first duty of any government is to protect its people. And unfortunately, what we have on ground in that contraption, I'm not even going to name it. I'm not breathing life into that contraption. That contraption does not count the lives of the people they're meant to serve as worth being protected. So that is the underlying issue that we are faced with. That is why many of us who are clamoring for and pushing and racing ahead to Oduduwa Republic are saying we want to get out of that contraption. So for me, when information is key, let's all continue to spread that information about, making people aware. When we are hearing every day about trailers being stuffed with loaded with people coming into the south, or from the north, from various areas. There was the truck that fell into the river where many of them died, and nothing has been done. And in the end, those of us, people in the south, will have to take their own measures to protect themselves. That's why Amotekun is very, very important. I do hope the governors use this as a very, very clear point to activate and indeed work closely in the south, certainly in the southwest, to make sure that Amotekun plays a very strong role in alerting and averting this potential genocide. Now, it can't be done on their own, and we need to probably mobilize other things that can't be said at the minute, but you know what I'm talking about. There are things that we need to be doing. It's not about panicking, it's about taking clear, concise action. And when we do that, when you plan, you see, if you fail to plan, then you are planning to fail. And that is where we're at right now.
Okay, thank you very much, brother. We're still waiting for Olayomi Koiki, and I hope that man is not drinking mentholated spirit over there. Olayomi Koiki has just shown his face on the screen right now. My brother, good evening, sir.
Hello, viewers, and good evening to all the panels, and good evening to the two other guests that have just left us. And it's been an amazing program as usual. And I will hand you back again to the studio before we go into. There's a video on your WhatsApp, and I want us to play that video just after the result that we're giving later on, and that would also reflect to what we are discussing here. And I will probably, from the information I have on that video from one of our reporters on ground in Akure, we'll be able to tell us a little bit more on that particular video.
Okay, what do you want first? You want the video now, or you want the one?
Let's quickly give the update on the latest on the COVID-19 in Nigeria.
Okay, let's go for that, sir.
Yes, tonight 216 new cases have been added to what we have on the coronavirus coming out of Nigeria today from the Nigerian Center for Disease Control. It has now taken us to 6,175 confirmed cases of coronavirus in Nigeria as at the 18th May 2020, 1,644 people have been discharged. 191 cases of people have now also died of coronavirus. While you're still having that screen there, I will just give us the 5 top out of the list from each of the states, and the remaining you'll be able to view it on Heritage platform. We now have a total of 2,624 cases in Lagos State, and Kano have got 842. FCT have got 422. Castina has got 281. Borno State have got 223. A lot of you might be wondering why the Kano, where as of 3 weeks ago, there's been an extension in Kano. I'll be telling you a little bit more about that. But what we do know is it seems there is no more conversation around the cause or the causes or the mystery death in Kano added to this figure. So that means we will never, or maybe later on we might get it. But as far as information that we have, nothing of such is coming out at the moment. So that means those mysterious deaths that we saw in Kano will no longer be added to what we've seen here. We've seen other mysterious deaths across other part of the state as well, but a lot of people continue to wonder why those figures are not added. We were expecting the president to speak to us from the media aid of the president yesterday, but there was a message coming out that that won't longer be happening. Also, I can confirm from the presidential aide that the president also received the audience of General T.Y. Danjuma at the State House yesterday as well. There was also the engagement of the Governors Forum. I've had a lot of, during this conversation of the topic that we had tonight, what are the governors doing around the movement of people? That a lot of people have been worried who they are, where are they going? The question we should be asking ourselves is if they are moving from one end of the country, what is the security architect of that particular state that they are traveling from? What has failed in terms of allowing them to pass through before arriving into where another checkpoint and another checkpoint? I saw a particular video where I think they were asking them, how did you manage to scale through one particular, security post before arriving, I think, into very close to Abuja from that video? And the individual said he was penalized in Kaduna State, but they allowed him to continue with that journey. But when he was told he would then have to return back from that location where he was stopped, he was not really happy with that. While I'm still on so the question is today or yesterday rather, that the president engaged with the Governors Forum. I hope they're not just discussing the COVID-19, they're also looking at the situation in terms of security concerns of such within the country. Also, a lot of you must have seen a video that was trending over the weekend of a particular set of group of people that were scaling through the fence. That video was not in Abuja. From information reaching us, that video was shot in Yola, where an individual that had that video released had a CCTV. If not, we wouldn't have known what has happened. Again, those individuals are bandits that were trying to scale through. Security, as we know, from what we read from also the presidency, before we now play that particular video just after this. If we also look back to yesterday, when again the presidency media aid released that the president assures of action against bandits in Katsina State. There might be bandits, but also, yeah, that's the video from the incident in Yola. You might be looking at that video and you might be wondering, from what we also told, I think the security guard in that particular house was butchered. Whether he died or not, I can't confirm that. But that video tells you that these are people known as bandits. Could there be the same people traveling down to southern east of the country and southwest? Could there be a coordinated? Are they operating? I think there were 6 of them scaling through that particular fence that you are watching. And after this, I will be able to then tell us to play the next video, which would then also correspond to where and that location where those particular ones are at the moment at one of the police station in Lagos. But this one, like I said, was a video that was trending over the weekend. While that video is playing, let me quickly read through what the president said on the 17th of May at about 17:23 hours. Presidency assures of actions against bandits in Katsina State. President Muhammad Buhari has authorized the commencement of a major military operation to sweep bandits and kidnapped out of Katsina State. A major proactive operation by the Special Force, which details are being kept secret, is now in progress to replace the reactive strike against insurgent camps. So what you're seeing there, they were able to get into the building, but they couldn't get into the apartment because that particular building must have had a reinforcement security door. Let us think about it. What would have happened should they have managed to get into the apartment? Are they being sent? Are they just bandits trying to kill someone for money? And if you look at the date of that camera there, it says the 5th of 16th 2020, which is exactly 2 days ago. What we are discussing tonight says is another genocide about to play in Africa. Your guess is as good as mine. If we continue to review in the last 2 weeks, the total amount of people hiding inside the foodstuff, hiding inside all kind of, we even saw a particular video where they were hiding as press crew. And that is so dangerous because that means these people also are doing everything to hide inside, a kind of what we called those that are allowed, excuse me, to move around the country. We do know that there's movement of food within the interstate during this lockdown, but we've seen more people hiding along some of those food. We've seen them being stopped in Rivers State. You can see they were trying to break through that door, but when they realized that they couldn't have their way into that particular door, then you could then see again that they are moving out of that same building the same way they got in. I want you to forget about the building now. Just look at the environment. You could see that again, part of what we discussed in that location 9, which is also known as Nigeria, because a lot of people keep asking me what is location 9. You could see that it's dark. One out of so many buildings will have electricity, and as you can see, they are walking away. Who are they? Where are they coming from? Are they being coordinated? Is that building a threat to them? There's a lot of questions to be asked. I will then allow you to release the next video, and I will then tell us where those particular ones are. And also, as you can see, there's a couple of blood on the floor, and like I said, we're not too sure whether the security guard in this particular building survived or not, or maybe one of them just got injured during an attempt getting into that particular building. Once again, security concerns of a lot of Nigerians is something that we must not relent to continue to talk about, because if we do close our eyes within the space of a second, there will be more problem. We've seen truck load now being stopped along the route, and they're coming out of that same truck where there's a video evidence to that, and they were crossing the bush part of the road. So that means they knew that some security agency would stop them along particular route, and they are now stopping and walking into the bush. Who are they? Where are they going? I told you about a story that we've been following as well in Akure, and this particular one, yes, this one was released to me today, was sent from Nigeria. I will tell you the police station there, these particular people, they're speaking in Hausa. Not sure what they're speaking. My question is again, who are they? Where are they coming from? From the information reaching me on this particular video, there's a lot happening. The police are also trying to extort this individual of about 20,000 naira each as a bail condition before they can be released. Released to who? What are they doing? They are currently held at the Isheri Oshun Police Division, Lagos State, by CSP Chika Ibi, who, according to information, as dozens of male and female alleged lockdown violation in a tiny open cell for not paying a bill. And what I did ask was, what were they doing when there's an interlock from one state to the other? Once again, Heritage TV will continue to bring you the news wherever we can get it, and we'll continue to bring it to you on a daily basis. I will go back again to you in the studio so that we can continue with the program.
Okay, thank you, my brother Olayomi Koiki, for the a very concrete analysis of what has been happening. I think Frambelo has been quiet, and Fatai Ogunrigo, what happened to your mouth, Uncle Fatai? Did they put a padlock on it? We've managed to keep you silent. It's your turn to keep quiet again today. And you know what, my brother, do you have toothpick in your hand? Ayo, good evening. Are you doing Buhari? Maybe you're picking your teeth like Buhari in your little hut there. We really thank everyone that been watching the program tonight. When I say another name, he will be happy to do that name. But when it's Buhari, nobody wants to be associated with Buhari at all. Because I would be so surprised if anybody in the South will ever name their children or their child Buhari ever again. Okay, guys, I want to thank you for coming in tonight, for being part of the show. Tomorrow, I believe Olayomi Koiki has got a special guest on his program, Your Thought, tomorrow. We haven't confirmed it 100%, but somebody is coming for him tomorrow on the show. I think it's 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock. What time is it, Olayomi Koiki? What time is your show tomorrow? Is it 2 o'clock or 4
We're looking at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, okay? Your Thought is coming your way, 2 o'clock. This is a program we wish Mr. Olayomi Koiki will be able to bring a very important person from the society into the studio, and they sit down one-on-one, and they actually add a thorough trash about the person's thoughts, not Olayomi Koiki's thought, but the guest thought. And then I believe from Belo's show is on Friday. This is going to be a very, very cracky one, because the man did one last Friday and it was so bad. he managed to do some few things out there and things work out. What time is your program on Friday, Mr. Frambolo?
I think it's supposed to be 1 o'clock, but maybe we push it to 2 o'clock.
Okay, maybe we should try and align it. Maybe we should align every show during the day till 4 o'clock, and then maybe on Thursday or Wednesday you will be having. I think it will be Wednesday. You, Frambolo, Fatai Okubido will be having a program of his own starting as well every Wednesday during the day as well, in which he will be trashing out with somebody in the studio as well. Well, we just need to learn things the right way, and I think probably it will be Ayo Akinfe with Fatai Okubido on Wednesday, and what they will be discussing is what can we do to modernize. Let's pick your brain about what we can do to develop the land, not just thought, just on infrastructure and development. That is developing Africa, developing Oduduwa nation is Okulubido's program. So that one, first episode this Wednesday, and I can confirm that Ayo Akinfe will be on that program with Fatai Okulubido. You see, we try to build a block. And building the block means we have to keep doing things right. I want to thank everyone who has been in the studio. Well, maybe one day we're gonna find a program for my brother as well. Ayo, we bring in Ayo Akinfe. Maybe Ayo Kudimu will find a program soon that will be in the afternoon on Heritage Television as well. Who can tell? You never know how bridge can be built, and where the bridge can spring up from. Like I've seen a bridge in Abeokuta where me and him come from, where they don't need a overhead bridge there, and they put an overhead bridge there. And I keep saying to myself,
And
what's the point? What's the point in putting
yeah,
a bridge in a Toku? What's the point?
yeah, yeah. It's yeah,
It's
it's true.
absurd.
It is.
Mr. Ogundimu, when was the last time you went to Abeokuta?
I was there 2 years ago.
Did you saw the bridge?
I was
You
visiting.
you you you, you actually noticed the bridge there, yeah? Did they
Yes,
really
I
need a
did.
bridge there?
No,
Oh,
no.
I don't think
It,
they need a
it's
bridge there. What's the point? Well,
it's
when these
not.
people want to flex their muzzle, they flex the
Yeah.
wrong way.
It,
They should have flexed their
it's been.
muzzle to do this one and
But
correct
it has
Yeah.
some beauty though.
it. Beauty?
Yeah.
Well,
Beauty.
Oh,
maybe you can
you
say
see
that.
Very, 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 very.
you see the
It's not
you
pedestrian
see
bridge. It's a vehicle bridge. It's a vehicle bridge.
the
Very
Guys,
pedestrian one.
we're going to be running away on the show today. I want to say a very big thank you to everyone. Today is the first day that people go home sober. They were so sober because of the topic, so they didn't bombard us with phone calls because we're not looking for how do we do this or how do we do that? How do we do this or how do we do that? We're just looking for what do we need to do to take away this. And I've seen Mr. Femi Babalawa pen has been going up and down on the comment section. Maybe Mr. Femi Babalawa can take a program on a Monday as well, Monday afternoon. So we have Monday afternoon, Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday afternoon, Thursday afternoon. I'm just gonna take Friday. Maybe I'll take Friday myself. No, I think we're saying Ayo Gudimu might probably take Friday or Thursday. So we see. I know. No, Frank Bello is on Friday. Frank Bello is on Friday. Guys, I want to thank you, everybody online. I want to thank you for sticking with us because without you, there's no us. And oh, that person looks so much like Susie Leslie, Ellen Obafemi. When I saw your thumbnail of your picture there, I was thinking it's Susie Leslie. I was saying, when did that woman crop in? Ellen Obafemi, have you liked the page? Have you shared the program to you? You're not allowed to come here and just click in and watch and run away. We need to get this going properly. Guys, thank you, Ellen Obafemi. Thank you very much for that. Adekoya, thank you for coming. Adeniyi Mohammed, thank you for coming as well. We love you all. We love you all. We love you all. Without you, there's no us. Remember the online petition. Me and engineer Olusegun Opanuga. Oh, I hope I get that name right. Yeah, we'll be trashing it out, trying to get that one to work before tomorrow morning so that it can go live tomorrow morning. And then by the end of Wednesday, we want to have like 200,000 people sign that petition. So everybody has to mention it on their own platform because the more platform we have, the better it's going to be. Jesse Jeff, I hope you have accepted my apology. I am so sorry. It wasn't intentionally. You know it won't be intention. Yeah, it won't be that. You know it was just a mistake. And you've seen what I've done to that. So that is very good sight for you. Thank you for spotting that one quickly. Deborah Alade, thank you very much for joining us last week Saturday as well. And I want to see if anybody. When is Biafra? Biafra is on Thursday, 8 o'clock. Maybe you can even arrange someone for us. Please, yeah, we need someone. Inbox me and let's do it. I told you on Thursday. Yes, on Thursday, yeah, but he has the right to still ask. Guys, have you got anything to say before we run away? Where should I start from? Let's see your fingers up. Let's do it like primary school now. If you want to talk, you have to raise your hand up. Look at this, my brother. It takes me serious today. Father, your thought. Final thought. Finish up.
The man
Yes.
is tired.
Don't worry. I'll silence them for you. I've silenced all of them for you. You can say your thing so that they won't bully you.
Yeah, thank you very much, everybody. I really appreciate your participation tonight, being with us all these minutes and hours.
Hmm.
One important thing I'm trying to explain and pound on is this: we are presently in a great danger. Betrayal, as discussed earlier on, started from the way we as Southerners Nigeria has been treated. Those who came together thought we were doing that in one love, but eventually betrayal came in, and right now we are at the back. We are right on the bottom. So we have to find a way to understand that the Nigerian nation is dead, and as it is already mortgaged by the powers that be, and we are right now on a major time bomb that may blow any moment from now. Those who are planning the doom, they know what they are doing. Most of the military apparatus of the nation is with them. They can bully us the way they want, and they can do anything they want any moment. We have that inkling now, as heritage is sensitizing us now. Let us understand that everything now is about our own security in southern part of Nigeria. Don't let us play with it. We are trying our best, letting you understand the danger that is coming. Frank Gaffney has said it that Nigeria was about to be brought down. He said it as an international, as an American international security expert who has served under several governments and knows what is happening, what is coming back, what is coming to Nigeria. Don't let us just sleep. Let us pass this message to everybody that we are in great danger. Let us plan what we are going to do, as we are witnessing currently the importation to the southern part of Nigeria, potential suicide bombers, potential AK-47 carriers who are being given, they are being empowered with motorcycle to come and ride Okada and ride under their pillows ID AK-47. Let us understand that when we wake up in the morning, every neighbor that you have that you think is flying your house needs to be suspected, because he could be your killer tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Wow, somebody said it's supposed to be a closing remark. You're supposed to thank them and not give us opening statement.
Well, because I've been here for such a long time to talk, so I have this to be expressed.
Well, that's true. That's true. I've managed to cage him today. He didn't say much today, so unfortunately, but it was good. It was good. Great. Thank you, guys. Next one that wants to talk, please, so that I don't do it wrongly. Maybe okay, Ayo Ogundimo is the next one who wants to talk. Please, brother, go ahead. Fire on.
Yeah, hello, hi. Yes, to be honest, I think for me, I've said to myself, you will not hear. I will do my level best not to talk about, to mention that N word about that contraption. My focus remains those of us protect ourselves, do everything. It's our right. It's our human right. Section 33, you have a right to life. That is in that contraption's constitution. And quite apart from the constitution, it's our human right. We in the South, whatever political persuasion you may be, now is the time for you to unite, protect your people. That is your number one task. If you don't protect them, there will be nobody for you to preside over. And if you don't, then you'll be obliterated. It is that simple. The choice is yours. Are you going to unite, or are you going to wait and be fighting and they pick you off one by one? That's the choice we face with. Thank you very much.
Brother Ayo Ogundimo, Citizen AY, our constitutional expert. He talks about constitution as if he's eating a core. Okay, I want to thank all the people that were hiding under the table. People like Jedi Jedi. Is it Jedi Jedi or Jesse? Jedi. Okay, whatever. Don't take my teeth out. Okay, I have a choice now. I think I'm going to take Olayomi Koiki to speak next, so that Frank will not come and box me if I let him talk before Olayomi Koiki, he's gonna beat me up. So, and you know, when your brother wants to be, your senior brother wants to beat you up, you can't complain. Olayomi Koiki, fire on.
Well, it's another morning or evening or good night, depending on what part of the globe you're watching us from. Whatever you listen to on a program like this, is also for you to make it available to the next person, because the next person might not understand the danger that is looming and that is very close. If the Castina, that is even the president's hometown, is being almost invaded, because if the bandit can have access to a state of where the president comes from, then that means other states are also will have similar. Let us make sure we enlighten our loved ones at home to tell them that there's reality of people that are ready to maim and kill, and they will do that. But if they are vigilant and let us know as quickly as possible, we will continue to expose them. Thank you very much, and join us again tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Olayomikeke. I want to say a very big thank you to Ellen Obafemi for reacting to that video as well. It's a shame they didn't make the chance to like a like. If they give me a chance to like your like, I will have liked your like. And then we just go in circle. Please not only like the program, but please share and like the page as well. And all these pages that are giving you a lot of information as well, please like them. Everybody that's struggling in the same struggle, both in the Biafran side and in the Yoruba side and the Niger Delta side. We are working. Donald, can you please inbox me your number so that we can talk? Donald, I don't want to pronounce your surname because you're going to beat me up if I do that. MBAEGBU is your surname, please. The number is still pinned. Please send me your number and I'll call you back as soon as we can. Okay. The fattest, the last dog, the patient dog eat the fattest bone. But bone, what is there to be eaten in a bone? Frank Bello, go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. I just want to see this opportunity to thank each and every one of you, our avid viewers, listeners across the whole world. We thank you, and together, collectively, we can make our dreams a reality. Dream must come true. The Biafran dream must come true. The Odudua dream must come true. You have to log in moment that site is up so that we can compile all our signatures together and we can deliver them. That is the beginning of the action for both Biafra and Oduduwa's agitation. We can get 5 million. We can get 10 million of both Biafra and Oduduwa Republic on this signature. We need to ignite negotiations right from the House of Parliament here in London. They created Location 9. It is about time we have to dismantle that Location 9 they created. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, and we wish you God's love and blessing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before we go, we're going to do the proverb of the day. I'm going to try and do it in English because this one English is very easy. Ti ajabale ni lẹ́yìn. What is the meaning? If a dog has an handler, what does that mean? Okay, Biafran said they're going to give us 30 million. That is nice. So we can actually have about 50 to 100 million signature. That will be a record. And we can set it on international stage. Ti ajaba leni lẹ́yìn. Shola, thank you for that. Anybody? Your power boy. Yeah. Tajaba leni lẹ́yìn. Your power boy. Yeah. Okay, this is the first time that you guys get it. Thumb up to everybody. Okay, because you get that one, I'm gonna give you one. Ọbẹ̀ kì í mú ní ikùn àgbà. Kí ni ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀? Maybe this is a difficult one because you're not finishing this one. This one is called Ashanyoro. Ashanyoro. This is not proverb. Check yourself. It will kill monkey. Okay, that's good. Your power will kill monkey. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, for even translating for me. Okay. Ọbẹ̀ kì í mì ní ikùn àgbà. Kini ìtumọ̀ èyí? Some people call it Owe, but it's not Owe. It's actually Ashanyoro. Ashanyoro. They give it, replace replace is with typo error. I'm sure that is not Ekpa me, Mr. Moderator. Oh my God. Aderomu Ohio. I won't kill you. How can I kill you? I want to fight for you to stay alive. And you said I'm going to kill you. No, I will never kill you. I have to make sure you stay alive. You have to stay alive by force, by fire. And not only you, all your family will stay alive by the grace of God as well. Guys, I want to say a very big thank you to you. Without you, there's no us. Without us, well, you can still be. The only time is funny. Okay. You didn't tell me that one, no. I'm waiting for it. Elder, I meant to keep secret. But hi, well, elderly man knows the elderly talk. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you all. See you tomorrow. Night.
Everybody in London, have you heard that Heritage Television has come up with something new? All your functions and celebrations can now be multi-camera live stream. That was only reserved for the rich and famous. Having a function in London can be viewed clean and clear immediately from any part of the world. Trust Heritage TV to give you a better reach. Heritage Television also does photography that will make you the envy of all your friends and family. Heritage Television is the best. All your functions like birthdays, funerals, weddings, church anniversaries or harvest. Heritage Television is the master. We are in the heart of London with an ultra-modern equipped studio. You can call us on 020-800-46100 or email us info@heritagetv.co.uk or mobile 0734 1234 560. Heritage Television will do you proud.